Hey, good morning. It's 8:42 a.m. It is October 3rd. Yesterday was a beautiful day. I was going to make a video yesterday, but I kind of thought, I wasn't really in the mood to talk, but I was extremely excited by looking at the sky. It was absolutely gorgeous. It had these beautiful clouds on it in the sky, and the sun was peering through the clouds, and it was like the sun was not like overly harsh like we're used to during the summertime. So like I had the sun like on my skin. It just felt really good. So I was going to make that video and talk about, the beautiful day in Bakersfield and everything, but I just decided not to talk about it. But today I want to talk about something else. I had mentioned before that I was listening to some of these intuitive, I call them tarot readings. Like, I don't, I'm more intuitive, but these are tarot readers that appear on YouTube. So when I get bored, since I saw the first video, I've been like kind of listening to the other ones. A lot of them, they're talking about things that do relate to my situation. Okay, so it's kind of interesting to hear from their viewpoint or whatever. So there are a lot of things they were saying. It didn't really like surprise me because I kind of already knew, but they did bring up some things about like this. I call them the alphas. Okay, what the alphas are, I call them the alphas because it's the CIA and the FBI. Now I believe that one of my family members contacted these bureaus because they were concerned because I had these experiences with astral projection. And what astral projection is basically at night, you can actually come outside of your body. And this is usually for some people, and me, in my case, it's completely involuntary. Like, I don't do it on purpose. The first time I had an astral experience was when I was in 5th grade. Actually, I think I had one earlier than that, but I was really little. But I was in 5th grade, and I remember when it happened. It happened, of course, in the middle of the night, around like 3 a.m. or something like that. And I was laying in bed, and when I was younger, I stayed in the room with my sister. I shared a room with my sister Lisa, my ex-sister Lisa. We had the radio on 24 hours a day. Like, we never shut the radio off, ever. And I remember I was laying in bed trying to go back to sleep because I woke up trying to go back to sleep, and I remember hearing that song "Freeze Frame," by the J. Geils Band, and I was listening to it, and I was trying to go back to sleep, and then all of a sudden I heard this high pitched noise, and I couldn't move, and I heard like voices and everything, and I remember getting really freaked out about it, and I remember kind of floating around, the room and everything in my astral body. Okay, and I remember telling my sister about it, and she said, "Oh, you astral projected." And so many years after that, every once in a while, I would have these astral projection experiences. I remember buying a book on the subject of astral projection because I wanted to know how to do it on purpose instead of like it happening on occasion. Okay, and I think my family, because my family was against me, they had contacted these bureaus because they were thinking, well, she's got this gift. Yeah, I do have these certain gifts, okay? But astral projection is something that I have not mastered, okay? Because believe me, if I had the gift of astral projection, I probably would work for like, the Pentagon or something like that, and I would work for them. I wouldn't be wasting my time trying to look for work like doing accounting or writing or anything else. You know what I mean? Because I would be a very valuable gift, but unfortunately, I don't have that master gift. So that kind of made me laugh when I thought about that. If the CIA and the FBI, the alphas I call them, if they were actually watching me, they're probably very bored. They're probably like, man, she just sits around, she listens to music, she sweeps the floor. She does it. It's just ridiculous, but it's kind of funny though. So anyway, I also want to talk about a couple other things. I know that I'm still dealing with shadow banning, even on my new channel. And I think that might have something to do with the issue of the alphas, the CIA and the FBI. Mainly because they may feel, I'm not saying they're probably like, I don't know what the fuck we even wasted our time with. But, I think my ex-family probably wanted to prevent me from speaking about spiritual issues or my viewpoints on life or whatever. I'm not a threat to my country. I love my country. I love living in the United States. I think it has its flaws. Okay, it's not perfect. But I love the United States. I love it. Okay, I love living here. So no, I couldn't possibly be. Silly though, but I do believe that I am being shadowed because I know that a lot of people know who I am. I know that I'm probably known worldwide. So it's funny because my new channel that I have, it shows like it's at not 9 subscribers, and I think I lost a subscriber, which I will be doing an intuitive reading on the subscriber that unsubscribed. Okay, because I'm like, okay, because when you start a new channel and you're like, okay, well, I'm getting these people. What is it? Why did they leave? Right? So I'm not doing this because I'm trying to create problems. I'm just trying to create a reading on and showing people my skills, because I think part of my new channel is doing some intuitive readings. Okay. So anyway, yeah, I will be doing that. So if you want to subscribe to my new channel, that would be great. I'm really, it's something that I enjoy doing. Okay. And it's unfortunate that I'm not able to see the numbers on this channel or any other channel that I make on YouTube. But it is what it is, right? There's certain forces, the alphas, okay, or whoever, like certain religious groups that feel like they want to silence me, here in the United States, really, okay. But I'm not a threat to them, unless, of course, it hurts your feelings because you don't like the fact that I have more of an independent, free-thinking mind, which I have a right to, okay? But I would like you guys to, my subscribers on this channel, to subscribe to my new channel, and the information will be in the description box. I don't know if there's anything else I wanted to talk about. My way of life is a decent way of life. It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. But I live a decent life. I learned a lot from my mistakes when I was growing up. And I try to show people kindness. You know what I mean? Not everybody is going to be your friend in this world. Not everybody's going to be a friend. Not everyone's going to like you in this world. And I fully understand that. But I do believe that I'm polite to everyone. And I do this because I don't want to ever have anyone say, well, she did this and she did that and she did that. Now, if I do create an issue, it's because I have a reason to. You know what I mean? And I do live my life in a way where I don't want to, I never want to make any ripples. And I always want to make sure that I'm blameless in every situation. Okay? So nobody can say anything about me. And that's a good thing. And so if you live your life that way, then you have a free conscience. I have a free conscience, okay? What else do I want to mention? I think that I'm sorry that there was a competition against me. It bothers me that there was, mainly because, I didn't ask to be in it. And there was a lot of things that from what I'm sensing, what I understand, and then also has been confirmed to me through some of these readers that I've been watching, that there has been some fatalities that occurred. And I think maybe people think that I did something in the astral plane to create these issues. No. Whatever happened to these people, they brought that shit on themselves. Okay? But every day I pray for protection. Anytime I try to do something for myself, I pray for protection. So if this is, I don't believe that it's a coincidence what happened. I don't believe it's a coincidence at all. Okay? But you don't mess with certain people in this world. You don't mess with them. Okay? And I'm going to encourage everybody in this community as well as the world, keep your prayers, pray, meditate, get a connection with the divine, because this is what we need in this world to protect ourselves. And it's unfortunate that people have to learn such a harsh lesson. Okay, this was not something that people should have messed with. This is not a game. It's not, you don't play this sort of stuff. And they had plenty of warnings. Over 5 years of warnings, over 1,200 videos. Now we're at 1,300 videos. Okay? And it's really, really devastating, But anyway, it's important that people learn how to accept or deal with other people's viewpoints. You know what I mean? And be more focused on yourself. And I wanted to talk a little bit. I will be doing another video on my channel today. And yes, I'm going to be appearing in my videos. And yes, I'm going to be wearing wigs in my videos. If you don't like it, you don't have to subscribe. And that might be one of the reasons why this person decided to unsubscribe to my video. They don't like the way that I dress. They don't like the way that I appear. I'm sorry, okay, but I have the right to. And I also want to say that I understand that there has been some people who have been working like black magic spells on me, and they were persecuting me because they thought that I was a witch. Isn't that funny? That's funny to me, okay? But most of the time, black magic spells don't work, okay? And I'll tell you why. If you have the ability to manifest, okay, those manifestation gifts are meant for you, for your use, for your own personal growth, for your own personal whatever it is you're trying to acquire. Okay, so like let's just say, for example, you're envious of me because I don't know, my intellectual abilities. Okay, and so you hate me and you want me dead and you want to, you know, I don't know what, fuck my brain up, make me think about a bunch of negative stuff so I can't like be more intuitive, because I know there's a lot of people who were targeting me that are jealous of my abilities. Okay, but if you want to develop those abilities, develop them for yourself, and don't do it when you do forms of manifestation, whether that be through prayer or meditation. You need to focus on your desire to acquire those things, but it has to be for pure reasons. It cannot be because you're doing it for forms of competition. This is the reason why a lot of these things don't work. Okay, it has to be for you. You have to use these sort of skills, these sort of energies for you. That doesn't mean that you can't pray for people. And by the way, when you do pray for people or you do meditate on behalf of somebody's well-being or whatever, it's better that you ask for them. You ask that person, is it okay if I pray for you? Why? Because you're not supposed to intersect other people's views. You're not supposed to intersect with other people's karma, anybody's pathway or anything like that. It's a form of obstruction because everybody has free will. Okay, even though you might even have the ability to cure a person. Okay, you might even have the ability to like heal a person from a terminal illness. You still have to ask for permission from that person. Okay, so I understand that some people, they want to, they also wanted to silence me on YouTube because I think I think it was my nephew and his mother, my ex-sister, stupid family. Okay, they wanted to make me feel bad because of the issue that my ex-family created for me in school. So they're bullying me. Oh, you don't have your bachelor's degree. So they feel as though I don't have the ability to speak or that I cannot be an authority on a specific topic. Okay, what they don't understand is, and a lot of people have this fascination with things like magic, stuff like that. There are different forms of manifestations, okay? Like, for example, praying is a form of manifestation. People who go to church, they pray. They pray. Why? Prayer is the same thing as what some people will call magic, and I'll tell you why. Because you're asking for something to change. You want the karmic forces to work in your favor. That it's the exact same thing, okay? So they feel, well, I will tell you, there is certain forms of this manifestation gift that people have. And most people who don't have that gift usually do join special orders or groups like, I don't know, I forgot the names of some of these groups. They have an interest in this. So they'll join like like one of these groups that practice what they call ceremonial type magic, to where they form covens and stuff like this. And I do believe that this religious group that was targeting me kind of branched into, they completely lost focus of whatever it was that they were trying to attack me, because I don't do dark magic. Okay, but these people do. So these people are kind of hypocritical, is what I'm kind of thinking. But yeah, they do have special orders to where they have these groups of people who practice what they call ceremonial magic. People like Gerald Gardner, and then I think one of the biggest names people recognize who people consider evil would be like Aleister Crowley or whatever, which I will be doing a video on him, who hasn't done a video on Aleister Crowley, right? But these particular groups are very formal, and they have like certain steps, and they have very intricate, they make it more difficult than it has to be. You know what I mean? I don't think a lot of that is necessary. You know what I mean? But if you want to do that, then that's your choice, okay? But just thinking that somebody, just because somebody doesn't have a bachelor's degree, doesn't mean that they cannot be an authority on anything. Doesn't mean that they cannot write a book or they can't teach other people on certain things, right? That's ignorance on your part, okay? And this competition went to the point of where it ended up with people losing their lives, okay? Foolish behavior, and yeah, it's sad, kind of, but at the same time, I can't say that I'm missing these people, but you don't come up against certain things, okay? I will tell people right now that now is the best time to start developing your personal relationship with the divine, okay? This was a very good demonstration of people, of what I consider to be a test. If you consider yourself to be, like some people, they call themselves Christians, okay? This is what it's all about, okay? And consider this a test of people's true faith and them, you witnessed right now, you witnessed a spiritual force. You witnessed something. Everyone in this community did. And anybody that watched my videos. So there's no way in the world you can tell me that I only have 400 something subscribers on this particular channel and I only have like 8 subscribers on the other. This is a huge issue, a very huge issue, but anyway, I want to get off the subject of the gang stalking and stuff like that. I do know that there's still some people who probably have an interest in me, and there probably is a little bit of this kind of stuff going on, with people like wondering who I am and blah, 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 blah. Apparently there's a hitman after me, you know what I mean? And if there is a hitman after me, I heard it like a sniper or something after me. Well, that's life, okay? But don't come up against people like me. That's all I got to say. You know what I mean? And if there is something that ever happens to me, we know who to chase it back to. Because I know all the people, most of the people who belong to this little secret society. You know what I mean? So you can make sure that you can arrest them if that happens. But anyway, is there something else I want to mention in this video? Let's see. No, I really don't. The hitman, whatever. I also think that one of my exes is going to jail, something like that. Hey, I don't know what to say, but I hope that this is a lesson to people about being arrogant about your religious views. And then sadly, I think when it comes to people like my siblings, my ex-siblings, they were ignorant. And so, like I said before, and I mentioned this when I first started making these videos, that ignorance is just almost the same as being evil. Because these people really thought in their heart, in their mind, that they thought that they were right. They really believed that they had it right with God or whatever it is they want to, I called, God, the divine, mainly because I've heard so many people use the word God in such a bad way that I prefer to call God the divine or whatever, or the universal power or whatever. This force that we have, okay, it's something that I respect, I'm in fear of, and when I speak, when I'm in prayer, when I'm in meditation, I don't play around. I am completely sincere, and because this is something sacred, which is a lot of people in this world have no knowledge of. They do not understand the importance of being sacred, to living a sacred life. Okay, you can do whatever you want to in your free time and stuff, but when you're actually making that connection, okay, like I drop the F-bomb a lot, okay, and I understand that that's wrong. It's not something you should do because everybody knows that's profanity. You shouldn't speak with profane, but when I'm actually in meditation, I don't mess around with anything. I don't even try to, it's like it's the most sincere conversation and connection that I have. Okay, and I don't do it for wealth, I don't do it for power, I don't do it for anything. I do it mainly because I need to be protected, but the main point is, it's just, I feel as though the divine has always been my best friend. Since I was a kid, I've been aware. I've been aware since I was a kid. Yes, and I would like to say when it comes to my ex-family, that was ignorance on their part. There's a lot of people who write books. There's a lot of people who talk about things, who are specialists in their field in specific things. Okay? And you don't need a bachelor's degree for that. I think the competition went way too far. You know, if a person has a gift, they have the right to share that gift. And they have the right to help other people with that gift. You know, if you want to learn things like ceremonial magic, and mind you, I will tell you, if you want to get involved in that sort of stuff, that's completely different. And that's usually mainly a very polytheistic type form of worship, which I don't think a lot of, you know, if you consider yourself to be a Christian, I don't think that would be for you. Okay. But you know what? We live in this country. It's up to you to do that. Okay. But I will say that you can get pretty much the same results from what you want to manifest in your life without that. I think a lot of that is really, you know, it's unnecessary. But anyway, I'm going to wrap up this video, and I will be doing my intuitive readings later on, probably. Maybe, I don't know, I might do it in an hour or so, it might take a while, whatever, I don't know, whatever. But, I also want to address the issue that people are intimidated by my abilities, okay? And this might be another reason why that prompted these people to contact the alphas on me. People don't have to worry about me tapping into them. I do already expect that there's going to be people who I'm going to come encounter with who are going to be upset because apparently a lot of people feel as though I won this competition that I didn't ask to be in. And even though they know good and well, and don't even try to act like you were on the right side or that it was right that you did it in the first place, okay, but they still missed the competition, and they were still hoping that the racist side would have won. They're still hoping that the corrupt, you know, Christian group, stalkers, or whatever secret society we're going to win because they just were just kind of almost at the point where they were emotionally connected to the situation, okay? Then I'm going to have some people who are supporters, okay? But they're still a little afraid to come up to me because, you know, they think I'm going to start reading into them. And so I'm going to tell everyone right now, I don't waste my time. I know I have the ability to do that, but I shut myself down a lot when I'm out in public. Like when I go to the store or I go to the gas station or whatever, I usually try to hum a song in my mind or think about something that I did a long time ago or something that I want to do or whatever. I don't want to do that because if I did that, I would be extremely depressed or scared because, you know, I would worry about people trying to harm me or whatever, you know, that kind of stuff. So no, I don't do that. People can let their guard down around me. Okay. But I will say that I do get triggered sometimes when people mention shit that came directly from my past. And they'll talk about, oh, I like your hair. When people say they like my hair, I immediately think they're a perp. Immediately. Or when they compliment my clothes. Okay, because that was what the whole issue was. And by the way, this particular wig is from Free Trust. And yes, I'm going to be wearing wigs in my video. I think I mentioned that earlier. And I will be doing wig reviews on my channel. This is my channel. These are my channels. Shadow banning or not, I know a lot of people are watching me. Okay, it's unfortunate that these people want to try. What their purpose is number one, they didn't want me to have influence, okay? And I will say they also didn't want me to take credit for my accomplishments, okay? Because a lot of the things that I was talking about now, I mean, you know, people are talking about now, I was talking about years ago, okay? So I understand that there's some ciphering or there's some taking away of my things, and they're throwing it out there and not letting me get credit for it. And I think these people are truly evil. So at this point, I know there's a lot of people in my past that are going to sit here and act like, oh, we're happy for her now, and we're supporting. You will never still be trusted, okay? Because until you give me what I rightfully deserve, I will never trust you, okay? I deserve millions of dollars, millions, just on my creations alone, my inventions, my ideas, or whatever. You know what I mean? Fortunately, you know, this happens to a lot of people. People put your house under surveillance and they'll take your ideas or whatever and stuff like that. And I don't know if they've ever published anything of mine, but I do know a lot of things that I talk about and I've talked about in the past seem to be on this internet and people talk about it all the time. You know what I mean? I think you guys are fucking evil, is what I think. And for the people who ended up losing their lives, I'm not mourning you, okay? But I am going to tell the rest of the group, I am warning you that I have a connection with the divine. So I'm going to wrap up this video. I hope you all subscribe to my new channel. I probably would not recognize the numbers if you did or not, but I do think it would be great if you did take advantage of the intuitive readings that I will be doing in the future. This one is for the subscriber, ex-subscriber number 9, and because we're going to find out exactly what these people's beef was with me. And because I understand a lot of the people who subscribe to my channel, unfortunately, are perps and previous employers and whatever. So right now, I'm going to entertain that audience with my little reading. So be back with another video sometime later. Take care.